up, dudes? It's Amada, and Hades 2's finally come out after years of waiting, and it's honestly incredible. Besides the ending. Wait. What? What do you mean they fixed it? What the f-
But one of the things this game improves so heavily upon the first game is the amount of regions to explore. In the original game there were only 4, but this time there's a total of 8. Plus I included 3 bonus ones because reasons.
I mean, after all, it wouldn't be a ranking video of mine if it didn't sound absolutely insane.
And though some of them are good, some are naturally going to be worse than others. So today, let's rank them all. Number 11, Chaos. I mean, by all accounts, this is a region. It's just one with nothing going on.
Kinda like my life. My existence is miserable.
This is where you interact with Chaos, which is definitely one of the boon givers in the game. I can't deny that.
I don't like chaos.
Either he gives you the best crap in the game, or something that I would literally never use in my entire life. Plus, there's always some dumbass challenge tied to it, which ranges from, oh, that's not so bad, to, you gotta be kidding me. I like Chaos's design. Man, I don't know what to say. Number 10, Asphodel. Again, technically this is a region, so you can't get mad at me for putting it here. Asphodel, or as I like to call it,
Oh my freaking god, this crap again? Seriously, I freaking hate Asphodel.
this is a region that you get randomly sent to in Oceanus, and here you have an exclusive gameplay circle. Either you stay in a circle for a long ass time, or you stay in a circle for a short amount of time, but it loses power once you leave. Absolute game changer mechanic right here. That's it. If this was in the late game, it'd be pretty easy, but honestly, early game, this is hell. Early game, this is where a lot of my runs ended. And it really sucks since you don't get anything bonus from doing this crap. The game basically just says,
Yeah, you're just having too much fun. Honestly, screw you.
it's not exactly fun, but there's a lot more going on than anything in Chaos, so I guess I'll put it here. Number 9, The Crossroads. This is actually one I can see people disagree with the placement. On one hand, there's a lot of fun story stuff going on, a lot of cool characters to see. And Eris.
I don't like Eris.
But on the other hand, there is next to no gameplay here, since it's just your main hub. I mean, where am I supposed to rank it? It doesn't really compare in any way to other regions, but it's also still good on its own merits.
Ugh. I don't know, man.
Cool place, but one of very little in terms of the gameplay, so I guess it goes here. I hope that doesn't make you too mad. Number 8, Fields of Mourning. So Hades 1 had a pretty strict structure for all its regions. You went to room, and you always got something for each room you cleared. There is one area that changed its structure up. It was the final region of the game. This instead was a smaller set of rooms that had a prize at the very end. I like to call these gimmick regions, and Hades 2 has a lot of them. Honestly, the game's kinda obsessed with them. And most of the time, I am really appreciative of this. I think it's a good way to shake up the gameplay, but man, Fields of Mourning's just the worst. So this area is unique because its arenas are the size of Texas. It's honestly ridiculous. There are 3 major collectibles, and 2 or 3 minor ones scattered throughout. However, these can be a pain to find, causing you to be lost forever. Now you can use these trees to tell you where things are, but good luck finding those. There are only 1 or 2 on the map, and sometimes, I swear, they're so hidden. They might as well not even be there. But that's not even the worst part of this area.
It's so freaking boring.
Hades 2 and Hades 1 have a problem where you get into the late game, you're almost too powerful, especially on the game's base difficulty. The game isn't really challenging you much anymore. Most of the time, they try to balance this by adding harder enemies, but the enemies here are not too difficult to face. You have the rolling ball guys that die in like 5 seconds, and a few mini-bosses from the first area being repurposed into normal enemies, which is nice, but the region spawns so few guys, making the arenas feel super underwhelming. And also, since the arenas are so big, if you're out of magic or something, just run away to refill it. It's kinda stupid. If you die here, I genuinely don't know what to say. It's so darn easy, it's basically a joke.
You know who else's joke? Cerberus, the main boss of the region, and man is he mediocre.
Sure, he does heavy damage, but he has the most easy attacks to dodge in the world. I have runs consistently where I take no damage from him, and keep in mind, even if you do take a few hits, guess what? There's a fountain right after his fight, so you basically have a free pass. It's so easy. He also has a way too big hitbox. Being attacks are meant to hit multiple enemies at once instead of just all go towards him, doing insane damage. It's honestly crazy. For a character like Cerberus, I would have expected a lot more from him. It's honestly crazy that outside of Hecate, the first boss in the game, he's honestly the easiest fight. That's insane. But there's still one more thing I hate about this area, and that's the NPC event here. These events basically just give you free upgrades, and the one here is Echo. She usually has kind of buffs. At most, she can give you a few minor temporary upgrades. But occasionally, she gives you the best boon in the entire game. Pom Pom Pom. This doubles the level of the highest level boon you have. Yes, you heard that right, it doubles it. I've had runs thanks to this where I get a 15 level attack, and it basically makes the whole game a joke. You could just have a level 5 attack, which is nice and all, but with one interaction, it's now level 10.
It's like winning the lottery. How did I get so damn lucky?
It's far too powerful. Like, let's look at another NPC interaction with Icarus. He has one boon that increases the level of your attack by 3, but it also caps your magic a bit.
Why does this one have negatives?
I simply don't get it. Hence, for all these reasons, Fields of Morning is the worst area in the game.
As long as you don't include the ones I included, because why not?
Number 7, Erebus. So Hades 2, in my opinion, is a lot easier than the first game, when it comes to the first route at least. Only took me 10 tries to beat it for the first time. In comparison, the first game took me 30. One of the reasons why this run is so much easier is how much of a joke the first area is. This place has some of the easiest enemies in the entire game. Heck, even the mini-bosses in this region are jokes. They get killed in 5 seconds. This is the sole reason for whenever I do the boss ranking for this game, I'm not sure I'm going to do with these guys. Because the hell am I supposed to say about a fight that lasts like 5 seconds and it's done?
What am I saying? I'm the same guy who held in the first Frog and Undertale boss fight. I have no room to talk.
There are some interesting enemies, but they're all really basic, with some obvious tails. And also like no health. Honestly, in general, Hades 2 enemies just need more health in my opinion. You also have an NPC event here with both Artemis and also the spider person I forget the name of. Artemis is always nice to get, but when she arrives she also brings more enemies with her, balancing her out a bit. However, the spider person just gives you armor.
Oh, so like plus 20? No. Plus 60. 60!
There are runs where, thanks to this armor here, I take almost no damage until Chronos. Meaning effectively this one boon giver allows me to beat the entire game with ease. This is just ridiculous. On top of that, some of the armor gives buffs. Who thought this was okay? You also got Hecate, the boss of the region, and she's a joke. Her attacks are so obvious what she's gonna do, and they always leave her open. And the only reason she lasts more than 5 seconds is because of her constant shields. She also can turn you into a rat, which is something, I guess.
I guess I get to live up my favorite movie of all time. Ratatouille.
1, 2, 3, now!
Plus, in the late game, it gets even easier due to these force fields you can summon, making you effectively invincible. This place is a joke, I'm sorry. Number 6, Tatarus. Hades is normally known for its final regions being hard as hell. I mean, that's kind of the point. The final area in the game was extremely challenging with tons of bosses and even the hardest fight in the entire series, rats. You also have the final area of the service route, which is also pretty hard here too, with some insane bosses and some truly insane enemies. However, Tatarus is not that. Tatarus is actually simultaneously the first area and also the final area. This is because in the first game, this was the first area, and the idea of ending the series where the first game began is really cool. I love it conceptually, but it leads to some scenarios I would have never predicted. For one, a lot of the enemies are reused, which is fine on paper, but they're not changed at all from the first game. Like this guy, Big Orange Dude.
That's his official name, trust me.
He's hardly changed at all. Heck, he might not even be changed at all, I'm just being generous here. And it leaves this whole area feeling like a joke. The mini-bosses are decent at least. I really like the money guy, but overall the area is just way too easy. The hazards do add some difficulty, but it's not enough. But it does at least make the area feel like a big finale. You also have Hades himself being the NPC of this area, and I really like him. He's not too broken, meaning unlike Echo, it doesn't make the whole run feel significantly worse if I don't get him, but he's also not broken and I feel like I really benefit from him too much. There's also a cool risk and reward element here with how you can choose how many rooms you go to. You can choose to get it done as quickly as possible or spend your time a little bit here and try to get a little more powerful. But eventually you're going to need to face Chronos, and it's a simply awesome fight. Easily one of, if not my favorite in the entire game. No complaints here. Like honestly, if it weren't for him, I would have beat this game in way less than 10 tries. Because he kept killing me over and over again. But overall, this is a great region, but I just felt like it could have been a little better if more difficulty was introduced. Number 5, Rift of Thessaly. You know, the Rift of Thessaly is on one hand one of the best areas in the game, and also one of the worst in some areas. On one hand, I love the NPC interactions here. Icarus is such a cool character, and I only hope the best for him and Melanoy.
I mean, they won't end up together in my playthrough because I actually made Melanoy a lesbian. Common mistake, really.
You also got Cersei, and I love her effects. She has one where she shrinks you down or grows you, and it actually changes what size you are for the rest of the game, and characters actually acknowledge it, and your voice also changes too. That's such a cool detail. Also, I like the 2 mini bosses here too, since they're actually pretty challenging. You have the pirate guy with a gun, and that's always cool. But the best one of the 2 is Carabas. It's a really unique fight that I always hope to run into, since he's such a fun challenge. Like, I love when games just turn into a bullet hell game, like, Jesus Christ, calm down. You also got another one of my favorite fights, Eris. Eris is extremely hard, able to chip away at your health crazy fast. And she's constantly buffing herself too, making her really scary to face. Even though now I can do her almost damageless, but she's just so fun to fight.
Also, who is her barber? What is that cut, man?
However, aside of those positives, I do have a few more serious issues how this area is made and handled. For one, I'm not a fan of the enemies here, especially these slimy guys. Their range is just so big, and more annoying than actually difficult to do just to lack of room. But the bigger issue is how these arenas blend together. And I know they're on boats, but it would be that hard to add some curves to these.
Trust me, you should not base your level designs on a ruler. Did you see how it turned out for Mario Kart World?
But also, you spend multiple challenges on the same boat, making the arena hardly ever change, which is kinda lame. It's a gimmick I just don't really get. But it's still overall a very fun area, but it could have been done so much better. Number 4, City of Rifa. I really pronounced that super wrong, I'm sorry. I never thought a city would be such a perfect fit for Hades, but honestly it's awesome. This is another gimmick area, and the gimmicks you can choose where you go to out of a large selection of rooms to build the perfect starting kit, and I love it. It leads to the player having so many options at the start, leading to honestly a super fun run. I love deciding where I should go and what I should risk doing. I also love the addition of Found at Center, being a real risk-reward element. But this area is just too easy, honestly. I don't even need to find by the time I'm done. I also love how in some areas you have little offshoots to find, with even more rewards for you to find, making this place feel honestly massive.
Speaking of massive, Polyphemus is such a cool fight.
The idea of battling these Cyclops from the Odyssey is genuinely just so cool. I'm always curious what he's going to say each time I fight him. His fight on its own is also great, with tons of shockwaves and unique attacks. I also love the detail of him listening for you, that's super cool. Medea is a really cool event to have here, and Heracles and Artemis can also appear too, making for a really lived-in place. Honestly, no complaints here, I love it. The other areas in the game are just somehow even better. Number 3, Mount Olympus. Now, you would think the hardest area in the game would be the final area, but you'd be wrong, because Olympus is genuinely hell and I love it. It's by far the hardest area in the game due to many factors. The enemies, for one, are completely insane. Plus, another element that adds to the chaos is the enemies fighting each other, since some are from the good guy side and some are from the underworld, making this insane area way more manageable, but also it's cool for world building. Plus, this area has a really good mini-boss with a giant mech throwing boomerangs around. Another thing I adore about this area is Dionysus. I was so sad when I played this game and realized he was removed from the main boon offerings, but getting to see him again was so cool. And he has some neat things to offer, but nothing too broken. I will say that Athena is a bit disappointing for me at least. She has a few good boons, but her best ones revolve around Defiances.
Which are things I just don't use, because I use the Strength Arcana, because I'm just such a badass, you know? Ow!
So most time when I see her, I end up taking nothing really interesting from her. What makes up for a slight blunder though is having the best boss in the game. I don't think it's a hot take to rank Prometheus so highly. He's not only the hardest fight in the game, but he's also so satisfying to beat. The memory flame attack is super fun, it's honestly really hard to dodge, and the eagle adds a lot of intensity to the fight too. It can be a little overwhelming at times, but honestly it's great. My only complaint is that the fact this area is just a little too hard. Yes, I know I complain about the areas being too easy, but now we have the opposite. Most of my attempts on the surface route ended here, and the only times I died on Summit were because of this area kicking me in the butt so hard. But it doesn't change how much I think this area is honestly near perfect. Number 2, Oceanus. Objectively speaking, Olympus is the better area, but man, Oceanus is so damn cool. For one, I love the aesthetics. It is by far my favorite looking area in the game. I love the look of the pipes and the architecture here especially. I also love all the explosions around the place, it's super fun. It leads to a lot more thought on the player's part to avoid them. I know I complained about it earlier too, but Asphodel being here is also a really neat challenge. And also, it is just cool to see this area again after so many years.
How has it been 5 years?
As mentioned, the stage is full of stage hazards, which are really fun to play around with. Not only to avoid, but also trap enemies with them, leading to some fun risk and reward elements. But the best part of the area is its bosses. Not only do you have Oh No, which is the most hilarious fight in the game, though you have not the best fight, you have one of my favorites being Scylla. Scylla gets one of the best songs in the entire game, making for such a fun fight. But also trying to hit all 3 of the characters in one combo into oblivion can be so fun. I love the detail when certain members die, the music loses parts like the vocals. It's such a cool detail. It's just a perfect area that captures the best of what the core gameplay of Hades can do. But the next area is one that takes the gameplay in a completely new direction, and it's all the better for it. Number 1, the summit. I think I made it no secret that my favorite aspect of this game is its bosses. They are so fun, energetic, and memorable. They are incredible fights, and even the weaker ones like Hecate are still leagues above the other fights in other games. So why not make a whole area that's just boss fights?
Well, if you do that, you get the easiest number 1 spot in any ranking ever.
The summit already has tons of fun enemies that are just really challenging to fight. On top of that, Typhon interrupts the fight too, making for honestly a really tricky experience. You also of course have to fight with Typhon himself at the end of the run, and though not my favorite, it's still an incredible fight and really hard, with some great ideas and attacks. But the thing that really makes this area so special is the fights before him. There are a total of 5 boss fights in this area. Yeah, 5. That's almost more than there is in the rest of the game. You have the monster of Typhon, which is a heavy-hitting bullfight that's really fun if a little simple. The twins Typhon, which is absolute chaos. You have the Eye of Typhon, which is a little simple but still really challenging and fun. And honestly, the best of them all, and honestly, almost against Typhon himself, is the Tail of Typhon, with so many fun attacks to avoid and punish. It's simply perfect, even though it is a little bit easy. Honestly, there isn't much more I'd want out of a region in this game.
And that's my list. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think Fields Elysium should be number 1? If so, you're freaking insane. Anyways, it's been real, and I'll see you guys in the next one.